We are talking about the risk of managing your own IT.
Why would you not want to do that?
Oh, we got lots of reasons.
Well,
Of
I
course we
mean-
do.
I'm going to save money by doing it myself.
Right.
You think? What happens when you get hacked and you lose everything?
Well, I don't know.
Are you saving money?
The
You
hack-
won't get hacked.
The hackers don't want my information.
They don't want your
No.
information.
Or you don't care if they get all your information, right?
Right.
But you know what? The
Maybe.
hackers don't want your information. What do they want? They want your money.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, can I say, as a customer, Aaron,
Sure.
if you have my data and you don't have cybersecurity, bye-bye.
That's what it's getting to nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Right?
it's getting to nowadays.
It
Yep.
is. It's
Yep.
scary.
Yeah.
I was just telling Dave that I have a accounting software, and I was like,
Yep.
you need two-factor authentication because
Mhm.
you have my data. So
Right. Yeah.
please. Anyway. Okay, so before I do that though, I'll tell you right now to get on our newsletter. Okay, because we share all kinds of stuff like this in articles and helpful tips to keep you productive. Are you pointing at it?
I got it. I got it right this time.
Oh, good job.
Usually I'm like, right here. Where is it? Like, anyway, managing your own IT network is risky business.
Risky
Mhm.
business. Risky
Right.
business. The first reason that I came up with was it distracts your company from its purpose, especially if you don't have, a dedicated person, right? So, you need to serve your customers first and foremost.
Or if you're using what I've seen over the years is, Mary Secretary sat closest to the printer and learned how to change the toner and put paper in it.
So she's in
So
charge
she
of that.
became the IT person by default. When back in the day when, you might not even have had antivirus on your computer, or
Yeah.
you didn't have a network, and they had just evolved. And the threat landscape today is such that doesn't cut it.
Okay,
Right.
speaking of threat landscape, I'm going to skip to my question here. Will your insurance company continue to cover you if you're managing your own IT?
Right.
Will they?
Well, that's a complicated question. Certainly, if you're in a certain business category
Mhm.
and your level of protection is so low, no, they won't protect you. They're like, the person who's gotten drunk driving or speeding
Mhm.
tickets or something.
Yep.
The insurance company says, it's an adverse risk for us.
Yep.
We talked about this months ago with our insurance guy.
Oh, yeah, we had an insurance guy on.
Mhm.
You should
Yeah.
look for that
Mhm.
interview because it was full of good information.
Mhm.
And it's like, you're going to get hacked.
Yep.
And we're not going to cover you because you don't have
Yeah.
what you need in place to
Now,
prevent it.
I did mention having a dedicated IT person,
Right.
but even having that dedicated IT person, doesn't necessarily, because he or she is only one person.
Mhm.
Yep.
And what a lot of our customers do is they will hire our expertise to back that person up.
Co-managed, it's called.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're an adjunct to them. We're not trying to have people get fired or laid off from their jobs.
Mhm.
No, we help.
We automate things, processes that you don't have to worry about.
Help desk.
Antivirus, help desk.
Yep.
And we have our network operations center is 24/7. So I don't know anybody who works 24/7.
No.
Well, I think really what we try to do is kind of take that managed IT services, that cybersecurity piece, and take the heavy lifting of that off of the staff or the business, and allow the business to focus on what they need to do most importantly, be successful.
And that's
Yes.
one of the things here is if you have to spend X hours a week managing your IT, running around back and forth and doing this and that, you're taking away from your business's core purpose, is the phrase, right?
Yeah, that's the phrase I used. Your core purpose.
So you're not an IT person. You're a lawyer. You're a doctor. You're an accountant. You're
Mhm.
you're a widget maker. You're a salesperson. Whatever. and
You don't need to be
you don't
distracted
need to, yeah. And so,
with these tasks,
right,
right?
all that extra um, worry about taking care of all these things.
Yeah, and kind of a neat, crystal ball look into the future too is traditional IT in a business setting would be some PCs, some hardware, maybe a server, a network switch, cabling, kind of infrastructure. What we're seeing transition into is more of a remote environment where that office building with the network that's no longer needed. So IT as we know it is changing. It's going from a physical, you have to have the server that has to have the hard drive space to have to save the files to more of a cloud managed remote
Where you can work
access.
from anywhere. Yeah.
And security
Yep.
is even more so important
Yeah,
with this transition.
sure.
So
you're roaming, and we talked about that.
Several times.
Yeah, the points of attack
Yep.
become wider because your footprint is wider.
very much
That's what
so.
we were talking about. So
Yep.
look for our video on footprint if you want to know more about that.
Mhm.
So I guess we covered it because the other thing I wrote down was elevated risk, because you don't have, with the one person and without all the, I want to call it a brain trust,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Without all those brains together,
Mhm.
what did you say? We have like a century.
Hundreds of years. I don't know. But
we don't know the exact
all
number.
all of our
but-
tech's experience
Yeah.
and
Plus the NOC, what's it called?
Yeah.
the network operations center.
Center, because there's that too, and that's another level
Yep.
of brain trust,
Yep.
all backing up.
Our techs are constantly going to each other
Yeah.
for questions.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah.
So our techs who have been, high level technicians for many
For
years
years.
still have to go
Right.
and use each other as resources.
Yes.
And
Or,
I think that's a great point, and I think you were hitting on it earlier too. And what we're really kind of talking about is the longevity or the long-term view of a business's IT resources. And traditionally, it used to be Wendy who sat next to the copier,
Yeah.
who did that, or Aaron or Dave or Ginny who had some working knowledge. But because of the proliferation and the changing landscape, this is all being migrated elsewhere. And these behaviors need to also be migrated elsewhere too. So what businesses may have done once may not necessarily apply going forward at all.
right.
Yeah.
And like we also said, one other point I was going to make quickly is taking away from your core purpose. Do you work on your own car?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a, whatever you do, a small business owner, you don't go out and work on your own car for 3 hours.
Especially nowadays
Yeah.
with
right?
all the computer chips and that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. It's
And-
not a matter of just
Right. You're not going to re-roof your business. You're not, you leave these things to the pros because,
yeah.
Yeah.
So our larger customers do have
Very
like
much
an
so.
IT department or an IT person,
Yep.
but they rely on us to do the menial management day-to-day tasks, right? Like,
among other things.
right? Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Planning
And
for
then
the
they rely
future.
on our brain trust,
Yep.
so that, they're not standing alone. They're
Yep.
not standing alone against.
I mean, from the simplest little computer job to, fixing someone's PC to taking a large financial institution and helping them move into a brand new building
Yep.
yeah.
with
Yeah.
this like project type management.
Yeah.
We're able to do that. And we've done it twice in the last couple of years here, right in Escanaba.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Excellent. So that was our topic today. If you have any questions, drop them below the video, sign up for our newsletter. And if you want a pen test, right?
Yeah, well, we have a number of cool tools to share with businesses that we currently work with or businesses that we are possibly going to work with in the future. So a pen test would be a great place to start. We have dark web scans, and then we also have some phishing simulation to
Oh, cool.
give you know, to
Cool
give
stuff.
people, and it all is meant to really educate and inform and kind of put your best foot forward as a, not only a business owner, but an employee of the business. So
Yeah, good stuff. And you can get that information just by getting in touch with either one of us or emailing security@dstech.net.
get our newsletter.
Make it a great day.